Welcome to the Russian Grand Prix for the F1 2020 My Team Career Mode. So yeah. Mr. Skeleton. Alright, we made it to Sochi. On a cloudy day, pretty cloudy here in Sochi. This track I don't think is going to be that hard on tires. We're still with the same paint scheme as usual. Japan is our next race. We're going to run it. Yep. Of course, the F1 teams are back in real life this weekend. They're at the Eiffel Grand Prix, where we should have been.
The goal is to get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible. Best of luck out there.
Where they would have been going to Japan. They would have been going to Japan. I call it Japan. I don't know what you guys call it. Yeah, that we would have gone to the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka. Got an engine ERS. I'm starting to think Honda probably provided us some updates to the car this weekend. Great way to be back here in Russia. Ah, your mother. Really cloudy. Track is going to have a lot more grip, but then it's going to start getting slicker and slicker.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers.
Do another lap here around Sochi. 38.391. That's kind of the slowest lap, but we set. I hit the curb. Or Annie hit the curb. Good to see Atlantic back on the Halo. Forgot to put him back on the Halo before Singapore, so that was kind of an accident, but we got the money we got, so.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
So good to be back here in Sochi. Then we'll be heading to the Japanese Grand Prix next time out. Hopefully everybody has a good morning from wherever you are. Like I said, it feels really weird knowing that we're already here in Russia. About to be down to 10th. Japan is our next race, as we just took the turn a little too wide. But we went purple in Sector 3, but we were down almost 2/10 on that second lap.
Carl probably mentioned the new parts that have come in from the factory. Well, they're all fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
Yeah, I'm gonna hope so too. Yeah, new parts for this weekend. Now the sun's coming out. So it's pretty much a dry weekend this weekend, is what the weather is looking like. So the weather conditions looking pretty good, like it was in real life, which means we have to use at least 2 sets of dry tires.
This is all about tire management. Try to control
So if we start on the hard tires, we have to go to the medium tire to go to the end of the race. And these are the same tire compounds we had at Singapore. Our Q3 tire from Singapore is here this weekend, so we get to use it. So we had to get 2 new sets of softs, all but 1 set of softs. The Q3 tire that we didn't have in that we didn't use in Singapore is going to be the first one we're going to use. So. Of course, in real life, they had like 30,000 fans in attendance, although I have a pretty good feeling that probably all the fans probably might have tested positive for COVID-19.
We managed the pace well that lap, and tyre wear is more or less as expected.
And we also got low fuel, so we got all but a qualifying one. Okay, got consistent. Really, I'm really feeling good about this weekend. This car really feels good. Although, as we just ran that turn a little too wide, but at least we have enough runoff area. This track is almost like Singapore, except you have more runoff area than what you had in Singapore. Plus, this used to be the Olympics from 2014, the 2014 Olympics, which also explains why the flags are still here. Because this circuit was built right after the games were done, so. Really love coming here to Sochi, but hopefully we go to a cool track. But still, it's nice to be here in Russia. This is also the track Will Buxton had to miss this weekend at this racetrack we're at because he tested positive for COVID-19.
Okay, test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
Last year, this is where the F2 championship was wrapped up after the sprint race. Or excuse me, after the feature race. Might go back to our original setup we had.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 38.
So we need all but like... So we got all but the practice 3 one. And of course this is the same tire compound, C3, C4, C5, that we had in Singapore. Excuse me. Unfortunately, we didn't bring any upgrades for this weekend. We're actually going to have upgrades on the car for the next race in Japan.
In this program, we want you to focus on fuel-saving technique. Lift and coast through corner entry to save as much as you can while keeping under the minimum lap time.
I'm going to try to see how much we can get done. Of course, we have the weekly show tomorrow, or today if you're watching. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, it is today, the weekly show today, if you're watching. Tomorrow, if you're on Twitch, it's tomorrow. If you're watching on YouTube, it's today, whenever this goes up. And then free practice 3 will be up later tomorrow night, or like I said, today if you're watching, because of the quote-unquote time zone we are in. Left-hander could be really tricky, if you ask me, after you go under the bridge, because it really could upset the car a lot, if you ask. By the way, hi, one person watching in the chat. How are you doing tonight? Or this morning, or whenever this video goes up.
Program complete and a job well done.
How about that? We haven't had any issues. That's a good thing. And this is FP1, so I'm getting all this practice programs done here in FP1 because why not? This track's a lot easier on tire deal. Singapore really hurt the tires.
In this... No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being. Dries seem like the best tyre for now.
This corner right here, this is where the F2 wreck happened right there. We just went past. Because that is a safer barrier, that turn 3 area, that long left-hander. That is a safer barrier. In fact, all of these tracks put safer barriers in there between itself and that concrete wall, so that's pretty much good. I think this is, no, this is not the... I think this one coming up is where Latifi crashed in real life in FP1, which was right there. Right back there. Is where Latifi and Sainz had their issues in free practice 1 in real life. We were struggling in Singapore, and then we found all the freaking speed in the world. Pretty soon we're gonna try to make a charge for the big 3, but the problem is we're like the 10th quickest car on the grid, so it's like, we just gotta hope to God there's a regulation change for next season.
That was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
Really love this track. I don't know why, but we do. "62 freaking laps," which means if you put the hard tires on, make this a one-stop race, you're going to the end of the race. Is what this race can. 62 laps, and it's a 53 lap race. So let me think. Yeah, this would be a one-stopper. Because I guarantee you, if you start the race on the soft tires, if you go mediums, you're probably going to the end of the race.
Consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into the race strategy.
Wonder if I'm going to have to start saving resource points, because I really need to. Like I said, I don't have a choice. Love the grip. Pretty soon we're gonna have to think about a gearbox change. Cause remember I had a disaster. Remember in Abu Dhabi where I went onto the hard tire, made a 2-stop race, went to the hard tire? I started gaining a crap load on people, and then when I went to the medium tire, I had fresher tires than everybody else, and we made it work. Went soft, hard, medium, which we used all 3 compounds. Thing for Annie is, if, let's say we go the hard tire. If we choose to go to that hard tire, we're going to be having a pit probably late in the race. And then just go medium to the end of the Grand Prix. Or soft. So the track's really not that bad on... How's the tire wear? Tire wear's pretty good.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Of course, there's a second Monday Night Football game going on right now. Falcons and the Packers. Actually, if I do an engine penalty here, I would have to do another engine penalty at the next race, which is in Japan. But I might think about probably doing that right here, right now. 'Cause I'll have some fast speed in Suzuka. Might do it after this session. Take a new engine. The last thing I don't want to do is have to... Annie's taken more engine penalties than anybody else on the grid. Because the thing is, I just only want to get into Q2 and just not take part in Q2 because we have that penalty to fall back on. Might do that before qualifying, take the engine penalty. That way you have a fresh motor for the race.
So far, we're getting great data. Stay focused.
This corner really just nogs your head around. Of course, this is the track where we wrapped up our my first Constructors' Championship on this circuit last year. On the F1 2019 career mode. The 2 years prior to that, we came up a bit short. We ended up finishing second twice. Last year, we sealed the deal with the Constructors. My team, it's going to take a while until we get the Constructors' Championship. Because I could end up getting a very good teammate. We could end up not only going for probably the Drivers' Championship, but also the Constructors'. And I really need a good teammate to give me a fight. Like a very good fight. Like, try to out-qualify us. Because I don't want Annie just out-qualifying them. I mean, if you get out-qualified by a girl, you're in big trouble, my friend. Verstappen just gave us 331, but that will probably get quote-unquote beaten. Because remember, Hungary, we had that huge engine warn. The engine was worn pretty badly. How many races? When we get back to the data center, we need to see how many races we had on that race gearbox, so that way we can get a new gearbox without triggering a 5 grid spot penalty. Also, after the season, let me know what you guys want me to pick for an engine for Season 2 for this. Because I'm thinking either the Mercedes or the Ferrari engine. I mean, the higher horsepower we get, the more durability it will be.
Stay focused.
So if you guys in the comments section of this stream want to give me advice on what engine I should run for Season 2, let me know down below. I know it will not be with Honda. Let's get that right. I ran that corner wide, but that's okay. Yeah, if we don't take part in qualifying, we're probably not going to do well and all that. But I rather start probably, thinking, okay, let's just get out of Q1, not take part in Q2, because I'm thinking about taking the engine penalty now, because if I take it now, I will probably have good pace for Suzuka. But if I don't take the engine penalty now, I'll take it at Suzuka. So
program complete and a job well done.
Not too shabby, as I just got... Oh. Okay, phone, I didn't need a reminder, thank you very much. Sirwood, thank you very much for the follow.
Our best lap so far is a 1:38.3. At the end of this session, we need to return 2 sets of tyres. We'll give back the 2 most worn sets, so we may as well get the most out of them while we can. They won't be available for the rest of the weekend, though, so don't run too hard on anything you might need later on.
Okay. 45, yeah, this could be a 2-stop race, or a 1-stop race, actually. Hamilton 37 flat, but he's on the medium tire. What kind of good lap can we get on the softer of the Pirelli compounds? About to find that out as we're halfway through FP1.
Okay, this is a quali sim. We've estimated the times our closest rivals will be doing, so that's what we need to beat.
Of course, we got a bot who's disliking shit on my channel. The exception of, like, baseball. Right now, I got the fastest speed trap by a country mile. God, we're a second faster. Oh, this is Giovinazzi. That's one of the Alfa Romeos. Imagine Antonio Giovinazzi driving for our team next season. Of course, in real life, we don't know what he's doing for next season. And he just shoved us a little wide, messed up our mojo just a tiny bit, but he's on the medium tire. We're on that red, fast, soft tire.
Okay, test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
Alright, that is probably good. That was a good time. Probably not going to be P1 for the entire weekend.
top of the speed trap, 336.1 kilometers per hour.
Alright. Free practice 1. Done. Don't think I want to go out for another run right now.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top 3. Thomas, Hamilton, and Valtteri Bottas. And that's it. Practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
That's good. Magnussen, Aiken P19. Grosjean dead last, 40.500. Wow, he is like way off the pace on the 2 Williams. Max Verstappen down there. I expect him to be up there pretty soon in this next session, this next free practice session. Yeah. Sorry, I'm posting a tweet on Twitter. By the way, you can follow me at PutThemSay2013. Alright. Just got done posting the tweet. Just posted a tweet, said the only series that's getting practice and qualifying is the IMSA drivers. The good thing about the Charlotte Roval is the teams don't have that far to go. Alright. Should be on track. Yep. Free practice 2 is underway. Prix Practice 2. This is what the race conditions will be like for the race in a couple of days. So our first time lap will be on the yellow stripe medium compound Pirelli tires. Lost a little bit of time there, but it's fine. Hopefully, of course, the race will be on Wednesday. We'll be live on YouTube, which will be exciting. Can't wait for the race on Wednesday. That way we're just about caught up. Six-tenths of a second.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Alrighty.
Keyword is the main ingredient. Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 36.8.
Alright. Did our lap time get beat? Probably will be in the next minutes. It's still early day.
Okay, let's talk about this track. We've done plenty of simulator running here, but nothing beats real data. It's not a familiar circuit, so we wanted to get as... If you want to know specific information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio. Press and hold the radio button to activate the system, and you can either speak the command or select it manually from the radio screen that will appear on the multifunction display. While the radio is active, cycle through command groups with the MFD button. We're top of the speed trap, 337.1 kilometers per hour.
back to 28 people.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:36.8.
Two Ferraris are really struggling. And I mean really struggling. After this, only 5 races to go. We got Japan, the finale of the races in Asia.
Trap, 337.1 kilometers per hour.
Alright. Track's starting to get a little cloudy, but it's good news because the track has more grip.
ETA is about 15 minutes. So far, our fastest lap is a 1:36.8. So far, our fastest lap is a 1:36.8. They're in 21st.
Sheesh. Probably still early in the session. I feel like, you know, and going into the race on Wednesday is really going to be interesting how it goes. I think qualifying tomorrow will be something we'll need to keep an eye on.
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes' time. Rain in 10 minutes.
Didn't need rain. That was pretty much a lap. That's alright.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 36.8.
Yep. Check our weather here. No, it's gonna be cloudy. He says rain's gonna be coming in. I don't see it. I think it's just cloudy. Like I said, it's really changing the temperature, the track temp. So that will be a lot of fun, if you ask me. So, coming up this week, other than we have the weekly show today, if you're watching on YouTube. We don't have anything on Tuesday because Newark is off until February. Wednesday is Laura, which is Russian Grand Prix. We also have the Elijah Leonard Talk Show at 7:30 Eastern Time. This race will be premiered at 7:30 Eastern, so I will have the premiere out for you guys. So, and then Thursday would be normally NIS at Charlotte Roval, but Sean's not going to be doing a Charlotte Roval, but he will be back for Kansas as far as that's concerned, and of course we got the Renegade and all that, so that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, which I do wish everybody on the Elijah Leonard Talk Show good luck, as always. But you all know this ends every time I say that. We say this ends, now it's time to get to the seriousness. As we go to P2 by, I think by 4/10. We're down by 4/10. We need to find 4/10. That was still a good lap, despite being down 4/10 on Albon, or on Bottas. I think this is where the 4/10 went. And we turned a little too early. Crud. Hate having to turn a little too early. I'll try to get some NHL and some more NBA videos out to you all as soon as possible. Because on December the 27th, I'll go ahead and make this announcement if you're watching, since I will just put this announcement out. December 27th we'll have two special events that'll be coming out on that day. First is the rescheduled of the race weekend that we were supposed to do next month, which was about a month from now. The Battle of the SRA. But unfortunately, we had to reschedule because David had to tell me, hey, wait a second, we might have to postpone it because of the laptop situation. So that race will be rescheduled the 27th. Ironically enough, that will be on the same day actually, let me rephrase that. It will not be on the same day as Shortier, because we're supposed to have the Reese's special event on that day. So we'll figure something out. But the Shortier race will be sometime soon. The Crown Royal Open, because I don't know how I'm going to do as far as signups, and it's only Reese's Pro, so and if you're a Foster Series driver that took part in this event back around 2016, they're eligible. Cody Smart would get an exemption because he's never raced there before, neither has Kyle Langland and Nathan Orman, so I will make an exemption list. But with the exception of those people, as I mentioned, everybody else will be racing that weekend at Autodrome Shortier. And Shortier is one of my favorite tracks on the calendar. Probably better than, let's say, Bristol, of all people.
The rain is a few laps out yet, but it is coming. Be careful.
There's no rain in the forecast. Put in a couple of personal bests, did not improve the time. These tires you can go 31 laps, so you can definitely go on a one-stopper if you so choose. But if you get a safety car, then it can really change the complexion of the race. Big time. Because remember, we had a safety car in the race in Singapore, and it really shook up the... And we had at least a 40 to 50 second lead, and, well, y'all know how that goes. When you have a big lead, and then the safety car, due to quote-unquote heavy weather playing a factor, as we took the turn too early. But you get the point. Also, forgot to mention, we're coming up to the anniversary where I was a part of a play. I don't know if you guys know that. Here's a Blue Hedgehog Did You Know part. Did you know I took part in all but, I think it was like 1 or 2 plays. I don't know. I don't know if I took part in first grade. Where I had to do a performance for the students, and also had to perform for my parents. Which was weird as you know what, but hey, it's okay. And it happened on a school night, so it's like... Of course, one of the plays involved the, quote, December holiday that I'm not going to say on this stream. But I think it's the December holiday you got mail deal? I don't know. My favorite play out of the ones I did was the one where I was a wheel inventor. Yeah. That's something you don't normally expect. Now, if we don't get this lap in, get a good lap, the 2 NFL games tonight, the reason is that one of them was to make up for yesterday due to the fact some players tested positive for COVID-19, so...
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes going into next season. But right now, as it stands after the season, we're probably going to end up finishing 4th in the Constructors, so we'll be quote-unquote best of the rest. Because we've already might have just sealed up 4th in the Constructors, which we'll take 4th in the Constructors any day. You know, I would have liked to win the Constructors, but then again, 4th for our new team is we just improved our time, but did not improve our place. Yep. 38.358 to a 6.36. Yeah, we're down by nearly 3/10.
We'll be seeing at least 20 minutes of light rain.
Bruh, it's not raining. Jeff, are you that stupid?
best lap so far is a 1:35.6.
And what's going on in this chat? God, the Falcons got beat.
We're top of the speed trap, 337.1 kilometers per hour.
F-bomb for deer. Time to fire the coach, that's what I just said. Oh man. Yeah. It's really weird that, you know, I had to, I didn't buy NASCAR Heat 5 for, if anyone's asking am I going to play Heat 5, probably the answer is no.
The screen on your multifunction display will allow you to change various settings as you drive. Open the display with the MFD button. You can then navigate up and down to the setting you want to change.
Wait, let me check if Atlanta choke. If Atlanta choke, I'm gonna be like, bruh, they're like the king of chokers. Jeez, Atlanta just sucked. Oh man, not too bad. I don't know how many laps she ran in She ran some good laps in FP1. So
it's time to remind ourselves of our top three.
And at P2.
Bottas, Thomas, and Lewis Hamilton. Sadly, it's time
damn,
to say
Albon's
goodbye
out
as
beating
free practice
freaking
is over.
Verstappen.
However,
What
we'll
in
be
the
back shortly
hell?
for more Formula One action.
Jack Aiken 21st, beat head of the William. Alright. Well, I guess that's going to do it for this edition of Free Practice 1 and 2 from Gorgeous here in... That's going to do it for part 1 of the Grand Prix, but first, Claire has a interview with us.
You spent a lot of time on the track during practice. Does the car have enough reliability to sustain that? Interesting result today. Would you say that you're happy with your performance? Is there anything that you think gave you the edge over your rivals?
Give our chassis department something.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Give our chassis some love, because we haven't done that all season. Oh yeah, I can't wait for the race on the mountain coming up next week, so yeah. So we got free practice 3, qualifying that'll be tomorrow, and all that good stuff, so yep, good morale. So we got a big upgrade, by the way, coming up for the chassis, so that's gonna be fun, so yeah. When will we get, November 3rd, October, so next week for the Japanese Grand Prix, we're supposed to get an upgrade on our power unit, so that's good. Okay, so we gotta get to Spec 2. For everything else, that's pretty much all, so. Alright, well that's gonna do it for us here in Sochi for the first part. Hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. If you guys liked it, be sure to give it a like, comment down here, give us your thoughts, subscribe if you haven't yet to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We'll see you later on for the PCSRA weekly show. That'll be coming up soon. Time for the weekly show has not been determined, but whenever we go live, we'll be with you, and then we'll be back to later tonight, if you're watching us on YouTube, for free practice 3 and qualifying, and then Wednesday for the race. Until then, thanks so much for joining us. I've been Danny Villas, aka PCSRA Blue Hedgehog 26, signing off from Sochi, Russia. Thank you so much for joining us. Like, favorite, subscribe, and take it easy.